if all your prayers, all you will have, all you will get is what the earth can supply, you are miserable. Something that has capacity to silence science. Something that will tell science, shut up your mouth. That's supernatural. Prayer is as powerful as God. Whatever God can do, prayer can do it. And when affliction got to a very advanced stage, it becomes the second identity to the person. When you see a person coming from 0 to 0, when life is gradually coming to nothing, when you are moving from good to bad, bad to worse, that is the temptation that the spirit of death is reigning in the life of that man. A person that will be shut down in this kingdom, the person that cannot imagine. You can't imagine it, you cannot get it. If it is too far for your mind, it will be too impossible for you to achieve. Any prayer you pray that does not respect the scriptural principle will not be answered. It is a failure ab initio, that is from the onset. The moment you start praying that prayer, the prayer has entered into voicemail. When you discover that something that's supposed to be cheap, to be easy, is becoming so difficult in your life, there is a spirit behind it. Sometimes our mind is so small. That's the reason why we don't get big answers to prayer, because our mind is so small. When you take God, who is at the head in the realm of the spirit, and take angels who excel in strength, and you have yourself that has potential and capacity to have the power of the world to come. When these three gather together, they're formidable. With God, all things are what are possible. That's what the law of spirit of life in Christ Jesus. Anywhere that spirit is, the law of sin and death must surrender. There is no covenant without sacrifice. You must give up to go up. Something must move from you before you can have the benefit of covenant. Satan never goes away. Verily, verily, I say unto you. What is he trying to say? The word I'm saying have no iota of lies. No force on the universe that can withstand the explosive tendency of prayer. There's an aspect of the supernatural that you only can invoke. There's an aspect of the supernatural you pray down. There's an aspect of the supernatural you command. Aspect of the supernatural you leverage on by virtue of your understanding to engage in the practices that are consistent with the supernatural to bring about the supernatural event, effect, or act into your life. There is another law of the supernatural. The law that doesn't need the raw material before it will make production. The law of spirit of life in Christ Jesus. As what? As sledgehammer. Anywhere it sees the law of sin and death, it has the capacity to crush the head of the devil. When the heaven is brass, head shall be iron. Prayer brings destiny loads and deposits to materialization and actualization. Mount your guard. Raise up a garrison. Let there be a security watch, because Satan may come back again. That heaven will open, ladies and gentlemen. It's possible for it to happen in an encounter, Lena. But if you want to get it consistently throughout the year, ladies and gentlemen, must insist. What the spirit of life in Christ Jesus has come for. It is to undo what the law of sin and death has done. To countermand, to reverse, to annul, to destroy, to put into abeyance, to declare as null and void what the law of sin came to do. We are not living to fullness of our potential. That's the reason why we appear to be weak. If you depend only on the natural for what you need on the face of the earth, you are the most miserable. If all you want to be is what is possible on earth, you are a loser. Until you are angry enough, the devil will be your permanent guest. There is no one that will see where the realm of death operated and you will not cry. Stand eyeball to eyeball with the devil. Be checking. Where is he coming from again? How will he show up? Because when he's coming back, he will come with a new strategy. When situation is hopeless, the only thing that can come to the rescue is covenant. The word is too small to make you big. The head is too dull to make you to shine. The head is too limited to make you to be enlarged. The law of death, when it comes in contact with that law of life, it dies. God expects that you will understand some mysteries about Satan through knowledge. The supernatural surrender to the naturality of prayer. Prayer brings divinity to humanity. If Jesus surrendered, all of us will be under Satan for life. So those who want to open heaven, they tear it apart. When you lack knowledge, you will suffer. If you don't mount your guard, Satan will do what? He wants to come back. No, it is when your destiny is alive. That's when you can hear when they call your name. There is nothing like the law of media and passion that cannot be altered. That's not before somebody who is a prayerful person. If you are a prayerful person, you change any law. Our law is not the same thing with the law of the world. We run contrary. We are rebels. Those they call Christians are rebels. A positive cause. When you want to experience supernatural act of God, God will suspend a particular law. It may not destroy it because the law continues with other people who doesn't know what you know. When you are engaging the supernatural, you engage it with knowledge. You don't engage it with emotion. The supernatural doesn't understand the emotion. They only understand legality, law, principle. They stand on official matter. That you are born again, but your hand cannot prosper. You are born again. Your feet cannot direct you to the right place. You are born again. You cannot see opportunity. You are born again. Your head is tied up. You are born again. Your life is in complications. You are born again. Enemy is driving you from pillar to pillar. You are born again. But we can see the power of the enemy in your life. That is not allowed in Zion.